Welcome to the Comfort Stop.
Yeah. You're in the Comfort Stop. I'm Rick Rock, and I'm off the clock. This is podcast number 2. I'm not even trying to do podcasts, but I did a podcast like on Monday, and it was me and my boy Scott Zilberberg. And we were just, he had messaged me that day, and we were talking about just shit that's going on in the post office, man. And it's like, God damn, can you believe what's going on in this shit show? And we just got on this whole fucking rant, and I was like, dude, I'm fired up. I'm gonna have to go make a message. I'm gonna have to make a video on Mailman Chronicles later. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'll just make a podcast. And it was like 15 minutes. So if you missed it, man, I found out how to get it on Spotify. So it's on Spotify. So you don't have to go to YouTube and watch 15 minutes of a rant. How you like that? Pretty cool. Shout out to Scott Silverberg, Colorado. Famous mailman, 23. Working out, loves his dogs and his wife. What's up, bud? Anyway, so I'm going to try to do another podcast. This is probably number 2. And I'm going to try to make it quick. I'm going to try to do it quick because it's all about attention spans. People have quick attention spans nowadays, you know? If you do an hour podcast, you got to be fucking hitting home runs. Or you got to be like a cleanup hitter, like Corey Walton on From A to Arbitration. Or Richie Ray. You know, you got to have that content. You got to have like that educational stuff. Or Alan Gigax. It's Alan, right? Alan Gigax. Fuck, why did I want to say Alex? Alan Gigax and his sidekick Michael B. Ooh, that was a lot. Anyway, I'm not going to be trying to make these hour podcasts or nothing like that. Just little quick stuff. Little stuff that comes through the pipe. The pike. Is it the pike? Can we call it the pike line? Shit that's coming down the pike, dude. Hey, did you hear about that shit coming down the pike? Yeah, bro. Fuck, it's coming down the pike. Hey, did you hear what fucking Lion Renfro said was coming down the pike? He said we're going to expedited arbitration, bro. Yeah, it's coming down the pike. And he also said that Trump's going to dismantle the Postal Service. It's coming down the pike, bro. So you guys watch out what's coming down the pike. And you guys got to be careful of the people that are telling you shit's coming down the pike. Especially when their credibility is shot. You know? You don't want somebody telling you shit's coming down the pike and they ain't got no credibility. You know? So do that. It's very important to fucking source your information. Source it up. But yeah, so in my office, you know, we're going through route inspections, and we have 2 zip codes in my office. We got 5-8 and we got 5-9. I'm in 5-9. A handful of routes in 5-9, and a couple handfuls of routes in 5-8. They haven't been inspected in many years. And 5-8 was inspected using the shit wrap process. And we lost 2 routes. And it just went to shit. It went to shit real quick. And we never got the 60 or 90-day review. It was just fucked. So to the guy out there in Washington, D.C. that came up with the T-Wrap process, fucking congratulations on that fucking disaster. Own that shit. Put your name on it. Is your last name T-Wrap? Like John T-Wrap? Man, because the next time I take a shit, the next time I take a T-Wrap, I'm gonna wipe my ass. What the fuck? Well, I fucked that one up, and we're just there is no editing either. This is just I don't have a computer to fucking do this fucking podcast, so I'm just using my phone. But anyway, yeah. The next time I have to take a T-Rap, I'm gonna wipe my ass with some T-Rap paper because that shit was crap. Anyway, so they're inspecting our routes manually like the old days, and we had a training at our last union meeting, and that was like 2 weeks ago. And the president, he was going to kind of educate on how to protect your route during a route inspection. And wouldn't you know it, fucking not a lot of people came, which is pretty sad because a lot of these people never been through a fucking inspection before. So I don't know. I guess they just have to wing it. They just got to wing it. And hopefully it'll all work out for them. We'll see how it goes. But I think we all know how it's going to go. I think we know that they're going to get fucked. They're going to complain. And they're going to complain again. And it's just fucked. So listen to your podcast. Get educated on inspections. Like, there's so many podcasts out there that are doing the 6-day count. What to do during a 6-day count. And you know where to find those. So, yeah. It's fucking crazy. It's fucking crazy. Oh, and some other news. About 2 years ago, the people from MMC will know this, but about 2 years ago, I got a removal. I got my ass a 16-7. Been in the post office probably like 25 years when I got this 16-7. And they gave me a fucking removal, dude. They gave me a fucking removal. And I did an EEO and ended up settling. Came back to work. Let me tell you. Oh my God! Let me tell you that that 7-day suspension for 2 years finally fell off on the 22nd. How about that? It finally fell off. So I feel like I got it, dude. I feel like I got the handcuffs off. So that's cool. That is fucking cool. You know, it was a stressful time back then. It was a stressful time. For people that don't know me or they don't know what the Mailman Chronicles is. It was rough times. It was rough times. And you know, my sister, she was sick, and she was going through the final months of her life. And at the time you don't think she, like, I didn't think she was. Damn. But anyway, you had a supervisor, and he was never a great carrier and very inexperienced. And we had some words, and I asked him to take it off the workroom floor. I was like, let's go outside on the back dock and talk about it. Let's go talk outside. I didn't say, like, let's go fight. I said, let's go talk outside. Mind you, like, my whole unit was full. Like, everybody was still casing. It's like 8:10 in the morning. It's early. And, you know, I learned from a veteran. At a young age, you know, like, hey, when you're having an issue with a supervisor, you know, elevate your voice a little bit. That way other people will fucking turn around and say, man, what the fuck's going on over there? So you'll have some witnesses, you know, like, you want to get people's attention so they'll pay attention to what's happening. And man, so I was like, yeah, you know what? Let's go talk outside. And the postmaster, he used to always tell me, hey, let's go talk outside on the dock. Okay, let's go outside and talk. Follow me. All right. And we would just bullshit about shit he had to say to me or whatever. And it was fine, you know? So, but anyway, I got that shit wiped out. It's gone, hopefully. I have to check back in a week and make sure it's gone. And, man, we'll let that go. I know Leisha was probably more excited than I was when that came off. Leisha, I got to give Leisha a shout out. That's my girl, Leisha. She's like my right hand. My best friend. She's my best friend. My girl, Alicia. But she wasn't even there that day that happened. If she was there that day, it probably wouldn't have happened, you know? But it was just one of those things. Crazy. Fucking crazy. But, you know, I was listening to The Hot House with Richie Ray yesterday, and he was talking about, you know, the carriers, you know, like, why are the carriers so divided? That's what I want to figure out. That's the question I have, like, man, how come we're so divided? And my opinion on why we're so divided is because, why are we so divided? And my opinion is because there's no camaraderie. There's no camaraderie anymore. Like, everybody that's been in the post office for many years knows there used to be like a camaraderie. And man, we used to know our coworkers and hang out with them, laugh with them, joke with them, sick on them. Is it sick on? Remember we used to sick on people? Like, man, I'm a sick. Is it sig? Like, hey, I'm a sig on you. Or is it like sick? I'm sicking on you. But yeah, we used to do that. Oh man, boy, we used to go hard too. I had a coworker. His name was Ed Adams. We used to take break together, and we used to always joke with each other. And I remember one time he was growing out his afro because he was usually bald headed, but he started growing out his afro. And we were on break one time, and I was like, "Hey, Ed, what's living in your fro? Like, what the fuck you got going on in your?" We're on break time. What the fuck's going on in your afro, Ed? You got some stuff living in there? And he wore glasses, right? And they were thick glasses. And he was reading the paper, and he looked over at me on break, and he said, Ricky, you want me to slap the shit out of you? And I was like, oh, and everybody in the break room was quiet. I was like, fuck, motherfucker. Ricky, you want me to slap the shit out of you? and that was that. But we used to be able to bust each other's balls, you know. We used to be able to do that back in the day. But nowadays, we really don't have the camaraderie. And I think that happens in a lot of offices. There's no camaraderie anymore. And that's a sad thing. It's a very sad thing. I started a mailman page called the Mailman Chronicles. And that was, how long ago was that? Over 7 years maybe now. And boy, there was more camaraderie on a Facebook page than there was in my office. And it was like every time I talk about friends from the Mailman Chronicles, whether it's like Lorraine Bragg, rest in peace, Johnny Spampanato, Lewis Scott, motherfucking Lewis L. Dog Scott in Florida, Fred Cook, Christian Ochoa, Corey Walton, Mike Jacobs, Damian Grammett, the Fred Cooks, the Denny Schnurrs, and the list goes on. Like, you would say, man, you're my friends. Man, one day I'm going to meet you guys in real life. Like, because, man, we're fucking friends. Like, we used to send each other, like, Christmas shirts and shit for Christmas time. And, man, these are people that you don't even know. But Richie Ray, we got to figure out how to get that camaraderie back, brother. We got to get camaraderie back in these offices and have carriers looking to take care of each other and watch each other's backs. That's my opinion. And how we do that, I don't know. But we got to try. We got to fucking try. There's got to be a way. Just like having this podcast. There's got to be a way to do it. Like, when I did a podcast 7 years ago, it wasn't even a podcast. It was just a bunch of friends on a fucking phone app. And we were just shooting the breeze, And, dude, I remember that podcast like yesterday. Because we just laughed. That was one of the hardest times I laughed, bro. It was like, I remember I said, I asked the guys, like, hey, you guys, do you remember the first time, like, you saw your dad in a jock strap? And, dude, I remembered, like, my dad used to play basketball when he was in the military. And then he used to play tennis, on the weekends. And I remember one time, like, I saw him go into the shower. And he was wearing, like, a jock strap. And I was like, what is that? Like, what is that? It looked like some gladiator shit. Like, just covering the nuts, the little pouch, the nut cover, and then fucking the little ass straps. And I think, at the time I was, like, probably 5. And, man, whatever happened to the jock strap? Like, if my dad was still alive, I bet you he'd be like, you know what? Like, for work, you should wear a jock strap. I'm just kidding. But, my dad, he was so strict. He was fucking strict, man. And he was also a mail carrier, too. He worked in my office, the office that I work in. After he passed away in 96, I had just graduated high school. I graduated in 94. My mom passed away in 94 from cancer at 37. And he passed away a year later. Had a sudden heart attack. And, man, I'm going to try not to really talk about that stuff because the podcast will just be too long because I'll just be quiet. And you'll be like, what the fuck's going on? And you're just like, damn, is he all right? because I get emotional. I'm like Mike Tyson when you listen to hot boxing and people ask him about custom auto and he's just like, I don't know, man. I'm just that's what happens to me. Like when I listen to hot boxing and Mike Tyson gets emotional, that's how I feel. Like I can't function. I just get stuck. And then in your head you're just like, man, get out of there. Get out of there. It's like Rocky. It's like Rocky over there. Hey, Paul, hey, get out of there. Get out of the corner. Get out of there. Get out of there. And then you got to start all over again. Oh, boy. Oh, my God. 20 minutes in? What have we talked about? We talked about the National Call-In Day. We talked about route inspections that are coming everywhere. We talked about Michael Landon, Charles Ingalls. Be a little bit more Charles Ingalls. You know, you got to be a little more, you got to grab that Charles Ingalls. Or if you watch Highway to Heaven, you got to be that John Smith. Or is it Joe Smith? You got to find that guy because that's the way, you know, that he's the way. Fucking crazy, right? That's fucking crazy. I'm going to try to sit up. I'm in this reclinable chair, and every time I try to sit up, it reclines. I'm going to fall on my fucking ass. I'm trying not to. Try not to fall on your ass. But yeah, I'm going to end up rambling. But I'm off today, so I could probably ramble for a long time, but I don't want to put you guys through that. You know, one of these days, I'll give the backstory. But right now, we'll just do podcast 2, and we'll just do podcast 2, and we'll take some phone calls. Okay? We're going to call them comfort calls. We're going to take some comfort calls. Hey, Brandon, you're on Comfort Stop. What do you got for us?
Rick Rock. It's Brandon here in central Pennsylvania. There's a lot that's on my mind, buddy, but I guess we got to keep it short. So, I'll just stick with what's been popular right now. I mean, if you're talking about interest arbitration, if you're talking about our president who I feel, and it's hard not to feel this way, and how there's some supporters of it with Renfro and has he been operating in good faith? I mean, I just want to keep up with inflation. I want everybody to keep up with inflation, city carrier wise. I support other unions, but we're just talking city carrier right now. And then you hear about, Trump and Elon looking into stuff. It's like, at the end of the day, though, can you really blame them for wanting to look into stuff? I mean, I don't necessarily think privatization is the answer. I think the answer is gutting management and finding a way to, make it at least a non-toxic work environment. Let people make a living wage, even a little bit beyond a living wage, because people want to go out and do shit too. So again, I'm open to things, because let's face facts, nothing's fucking worked. What's fucking worked? What's gotten better? What has this president done for us? What has Brian Renfro done for us? Nothing. As a matter of fact, there were concessions. I don't care what he says or how he tries to spin it. They're concessions. They're concessions. If you're losing office time, that's going to lose votes. And again, all these concessions, in theory, all that's going to do is make an even more toxic work environment, and it's already through the fucking roof when it comes to toxicity in this goddamn organization. So I'm hoping for the best, but I'm expecting the worst, my friend. Hey, it's nice talking to you. Hopefully it makes it on your podcast. I'll be listening. See ya.
Well, Brandon, you're not wrong about that. Thanks for calling the Comfort Stop. You're not wrong. The key word in that conversation was concession. And man, I think a lot of us carriers out there do feel like, yeah, the Lion Renfro conceded on a lot of stuff. He's one of those guys that's now he lied like hell, and now he wants to fight like hell. And I think it's just time for him to get the hell out of there. That's what I think, because you've done nothing to fight for us on office issues, man. What? Why would anybody believe that you would have some reason to fight for a wage or anything else for us, or a job? I think you just want to keep that $250,000 salary, or is it $300,000? One or the other. But let's take another comfort call. We got Corey Walton on the line. Corey, what's up? What do you got for the comfort stop? Give us some comfort here, buddy.
Rick Brock, this is Corey Walton. I hope you're doing well, my brother. Looks like we had a very successful day. Everybody uniting together to call our Congress and our Senate, and that's what we have to do. Whenever something's going to harm the city letter carrier, potentially harm the city letter carrier, we're going to stand up together like we did with this TA. We're going to unite with each other, and we're going to take care of business. Now we'll focus on 2026 and getting these sorry low-down motherfuckers kicked out that got us here in the first place with this TA, pushing it so damn long, 600 days. And so we'll concentrate on two fronts, right? Anytime something comes up against us, baby, we're going to stand up together and we're going to address it. That's what we did today. We're going to focus also on 2026 to getting these sorry son bitches kicked out. We're going to do that as well because we can multitask as city letter carriers, right? I love you, my brother. I appreciate you. Bye.
Man, right on, Corey. Thanks for calling. You want to talk about a guy that just hits home runs? Like this guy's been hitting home runs for years. Corey Walton, the designated hitter. I mean, tell me he's not. Prove that he's not. Corey Walton, man, you've been fucking telling it like it is for years now, and man, he's a truth teller. So prove me wrong. Thanks for bringing some comfort on the comfort stop, Corey. Man, we appreciate that. You always continue to lift carriers up around the country, around the nation. Keep lifting us up. Corey's got a podcast every Monday. Comes out on, man, sometimes you get those special podcasts during the week. Those are pretty cool too. But Corey, we all love you. And man, we can't thank you. I don't even think thank you. Anyways, we got another caller. I think it's the Wolf. James Henry. Is that you, James Henry? Okay. What do you got for us here on the Comfort Stop?
Hello, Brother Rick Rock. This is James the Wolf Henry, calling just to give you a shout and say, I see you, my man, out there making it happen. Not only do I see you, I see each and every one of the letter carriers out there making it happen on each and every day. I often say that the best ability is dependability. We are America's best. We demonstrate over and over and over again how we can be relied upon. I more often than not say that it doesn't matter how talented, how gifted you are, unless you can be relied upon, it doesn't mean nothing. Keep being dependable, my brothers and sisters out there, each and every letter carrier, and I want you to know that you can depend on this one simple fact, that help is on the way, that we will reform this union, that we will preserve our jobs, that we will stave off this privatization of the Postal Service. It's just a matter of time. Just like you made your voices heard with that tentative agreement, make sure, if you have not as of yet, to call your congressman and let them know how you feel about the attacks upon the Postal Service. And as you do that, know that you have an ally. The CLC is in full effect. We will make sure that we got your back like vertebrae. Again, much love and respect to each and every one of you. God
Hey,
bless you.
James, thanks for calling. Man, can I just call you president already? What can I add to that? James, thanks for calling in. I know you're a busy man these days, flying around all over the country. Man, and flying in on your own dime to some of these places. Help's coming. Help is coming. And thank God 2026 is getting closer every day. Hope to see you soon. And, man, let's get the next caller on. Hashley, what's up?
Hey, Rick Rock, this is Ashley on Facebook. It's my birthday, and I just want to say, hey, I hope y'all are having a great day on my birthday. And we got to stick together. Stop being afraid of the future. We're going to make change, and it's going to be good. One love, everybody. We just got to stick together. Fight together, and we will stay strong. Keep it up. Love y'all.
Well, hot damn. Ashley Rose, happy birthday on behalf of everybody in the Mailman Chronicles and all the letter carriers across the country. Man, happy birthday. I'm glad you called us on your birthday, and we got to celebrate your birthday with you. Hopefully you took the day off and you're not working. I always take my birthday off. You know what I mean? But yeah, we got to stick together. Got to stick together. And one love. One love, baby. One love. I think we got time for like one more call. But before we take that call, you got a broken leg out there on the route. One of your legs broken and you're just hopping along. You're hopping along down the road, delivering that route, that mail route. Or do you call it a route? Do you call it a route, or do you call it a route? Well, you're hopping around with one leg out there. Just, you ain't getting the job done. Maybe you need to pop in a Blue Chew so you can grow that other leg and be able to walk down that street with two legs instead of one. Anyway, we got one more call. Let's try to get one more call in here. I think we got somebody special out of New York. Caller, let's go.
Rick Rock, Richie Ray from the Hot House. How you doing, brother? I'm just calling to say, look, to all my brothers and sisters out there, please stand up for each other, be together, be one. Bottom line is, do not divide. This is the time for us to all unite. Bad times create strong men and women, and that's what's going to happen. We're all being created to be very strong. They're coming after us. The fight's coming to our doorsteps, and we're going to take it right back at them. We're going to defend what's ours. Brothers and sisters, we're going to stand as one. Rick, I love what you're doing, brother. Keep it up. Thank you for everything. Thank you for the kind words. I love you, brother. Keep it going. Peace out.
Richie Ray, thanks for calling. Future NBA. The future NBA, Richie Ray. Man, I love you too, brother. Man, I love what you're doing. I love listening to Hot House. Can you do me a favor? Richie Ray, I'm looking directly at you right now, brother. Can you do me a favor? And on one of your upcoming episodes, can you say the word youth a couple times during the episodes? Or an episode, just use the word youth. I have a feeling it's going to be better than My Cousin Vinny. Man, because I'm out there listening to the Hot House, and you're sipping coffee, and you're like, I'm sipping coffee. Cracks me up. It cracks me up, man. But yeah, it's like, man, I'm out there delivering mail, and I feel like it's Joe Pesci, talking about delivering mail, and I could just see him. I could see him. All I see is Joe Pesci, like, out there on foot patrol, just getting it done. And it's funny to me. But anyway, in all seriousness, man, I saw that you lost your cat yesterday, man. 2-year-old cat. Man, I'm sorry to hear that. Losing an animal is like a family member. I don't care what anybody says. Sorry. And, man, thanks for calling in. I appreciate you. And, get that NBA office and, make shit happen. Double R. Richie Ray. Rick Rock. Double R. Man, we're going to get up out of here. I told you it was going to be like a 20-minute episode. I don't know how it got this long, but thanks for everybody for calling in. Corey Walton, thanks for calling in. James the Wolf Henry, thanks for calling in. Ashley Rose, on her birthday, called in. And my boy Brandon, the Viking, right on for calling in. Comfort calls. Hopefully everybody feels a little bit better. If not, what? If not, then what? Man, you could carry a route in a relay, fuck, I got a route in a relay. Anyway, I will talk to you guys on the next one. And when will that be? It will just happen. So I will holla. Thanks for coming to the Comfort Stop. And like Greg White used to say, the famous Greg White, nobody loves you like I do.